Welcome to the channel. This is Nerd.World, and today we're looking at the Psy-Corps Mothership, the clandestine vessel used by the clandestine organization, the Psy-Corps. The vessel was something of a variant of an Earth Force transport, but was exclusively used by the Psy-Corps, without any direct knowledge or oversight of any other larger organizations such as Earth Force. Before we get started, please let me just plug my sponsor, Relentless Rebels, who are linked in the description below. They sell a variety of Viking style jewelry and other such items that, if you're interested, again, check out the link below, see what they've got, and if you like what they've got and you want to buy any of it, don't forget, use the code NERD20 at checkout, all capitals, and you'll get a 20% discount on any purchases. With that said, please like, share, subscribe, comment down below, and let's get started on this video. Okay, so as stated, this vessel was a variant of the Asimov-class civilian commercial liner used by the Earth Alliance. Only this version obviously had been retrofitted for clandestine as well as pseudo-military operations. The vessel was, as I said, operated exclusively by the Psy-Corps. An unknown number of these ships were in existence, but it probably was only about a dozen. These vessels very rarely entered normal space, preferring instead to remain in hyperspace to help avoid detection, only entering normal space for things like maintenance and repairs, which were sometimes difficult to do in hyperspace and may have required a base of some description, well within the Psy-Corps' operational capabilities. They were crewed by about 200 personnel, who would of course all have been members of the Psy-Corps. They would have not have permitted any normals on board. The ships were equipped with Black Omega Star Fury squadrons, totaling maybe 24 Star Furies at any given time, as well as multiple types of shuttles and transports for distribution of personnel to other facilities, while this worked as a mobile base of operations. And of course the Black Omega fighters for any military engagements the Psy-Corps required the use of. That said, the ship itself was also quite heavily armed, being equipped with a grand total of 4 twin-linked medium pulse cannons, 4 particle beam cannons, and Mark II interceptors, basically its point defense system. It was capable of carrying another 200 people, more or less, on board, such as embarked troops or additional passengers, but wouldn't always have them on board. It didn't have an independent hyperdrive, but was obviously capable of utilizing jump gates to get in and out of hyperspace. It utilized rotational systems to generate gravity. As a result, it only had gravity in the sections of the ship which had the rotational elements to it. These vessels were used in the build-up, well, in the years to the build-up of the telepath wars that took place between the series end of Babylon 5 and the beginning of Crusade. As I said, this would have been a story more heavily explored in the Crusade series, which is what these ships were more of a setup for. Only 2 of them have ever been canonically seen, or more accurately, 1 was seen, and another is from novelizations, which was encountered by Jakar and Lita when they were off exploring the Rim. They found one with the crew dead and the ship drifting. Other than that, because the telepath war wasn't greatly explored, the vessel's exact capabilities and functions, numbers, etc. were never widely explored. There is an interesting thing to note about this vessel also staying in hyperspace at all times. It's established, although it is kept a secret by the Psy-Corps, probably even from a lot of its own members, that there's another reason they don't allow telepaths in the military, because they'd make very good navigators and other such things, because in hyperspace the effects of hyperspace have a way of amplifying telepathic abilities well beyond the normal levels of a telepath. This is something, of course, the Psy-Corps didn't want the normal humans to know about, because it would mean that the Earth Force or the Earth Gov might get the idea of sticking a telepath aboard every Earth Force warship, making them expendable. And as far as the Psy-Corps was concerned, telepaths were not expendable, as they were a minority amongst humans, and obviously they wanted to keep them back to breed more. They'd rather allow normal humans to sacrifice themselves. But ships like this would of course take advantage of such natural amplification of hyperspace to enhance the psionic abilities of the crew, probably putting specialists aboard to take best advantage of it, such as P-12s or higher, even if they had them. Other than that, it's a very cool idea, and of course a dangerous covert clandestine organization like the Psi Corps be breaking the rules and having its own little ships to buzz around the galaxy in. People like Bester likely took advantage of these ships quite regularly. So there we have it, the Psi Corps' secret Black Ops ship that they utilized for whatever the Psi Corps utilized them for, basically whatever they needed. These ships were both warship and transport, but mostly base of operations. Not really designed for direct combat, but were capable of defending themselves if they needed to. But mostly they were designed to hide and run, and be used as a mobile point of origin for different illicit organizations being conducted by the Psi Corps. Tell me what you think about this ship. As I said, it only really appears in one episode where it is used to transport Alfred Bester and Lauren Ashley on one of their missions to and from Babylon 5. The whole thing, as I said, is a classified secret, and typically amongst the Psi Corps only higher level operatives such as Psychops like Alfred Bester would know about the vessel's existence, and even then he might not even know how many of them there are and where they are. The very top brass would only have that information. So, do you remember them? Do you like them? Do you think that, again, they could have made a little more effort with the design? Because I actually kind of like it. It's a very logical design. It's practical, functional. It's all covered in transmitters, and it looks like it's what it's meant to be. It's a base of operations. It's a control system with engines, basically, used as a mobile hangar and operations base. I actually think it's very practical and quite like it. And I would like to have seen more of the Psi Corps and the Telepath War. I haven't really read the comics, and I know there are some comics and novelizations of that conflict, and I'm sad to say I've not read them. I really should. Maybe one day I will, and I'll go and do videos more in depth detail about that. I haven't really done videos like that before, but you never know, I might do, because I would like to. Again, like, share, subscribe, comment down below. Please check out my great sponsor, Relentless Rebels, linked in the description below, Nerd20, all the stuff I said at the beginning of the video, and thanks for watching. Bye bye.